Hey everybody, it's Stalker13R coming at you with another episode. Just wanted to point out this guy I'm Innocuous in red there. He actually appeared in the Tiger 131 in my bottom tier again video. So go over there and check that out. If you see him in game, give him a shout out. Just because he was taken out in these two videos doesn't mean he's not a good player. This guy or gal is actually a really good player. Always putting up good numbers. I just happen to get lucky. So, shout out to you, I'm Innocuous. Alright, so today it was March Madness, and I've got some of these lower tier games. I didn't have Chinese or Czechoslovakian tanks, so I ground out this Skoda just so I could play for Team Czechoslovakia. And we'll see how it goes. I'll get some higher tier videos out later. I just had this footage in the can. So today we're going to talk about how to play a supporting role for the team without being a camper. So I'm going to move forward and I'm going to make some aggressive plays, but I'm not just going to rush across the map like a Muppet. So here you'll see some example of my terrible editing techniques where I put a couple of clips together and I didn't get rid of these parts where I accidentally jumped in a different game or I'm spinning up the replay. So here we are, it was a victory, 5 points on the board for Team Czechoslovakia. We lost anyways. And we're on Dukla Pass. Now today's game is going to be an encounter battle. So we've got that capture circle down in the valley between the two ridge lines. We're both going to start spawning on opposite sides of the left side of the map, so I'm going to go to the right side of the map since I'm faster. Somebody undoubtedly on the enemy team is going to try to do an end run all the way around the map in the classic horseshoe sweep. We'll see if we can pick them up and prevent them from getting at our artillery. And we'll see if we can do some spotting on the far side of that ridge to keep that pressure off of our guys that hop on the close side of the ridge and fire into the cap. And we'll see if we can get some side shots in on those guys down in the objective. Now personally, I don't think you should put cap pressure on this particular kind of base this early in the game, because you're just going to get mobbed. You know, at least clear the ridge lines around it first, or have people that are engaging them and keeping their attention off of you before you make that play. But you've got to play the team you're on, because it's not 14 people are on your team. You're on a team with 14 other people. So you got to support the play that the majority of them are doing. So I've moved up like a boss, and I'm not great. So I've moved up. I'm going to go ahead and expose out here and see if I can spot anybody down this ridge line. See if I can pick up anything that's moving quick down below. And another thing I'm doing, you'll see on my mini-map, TD and a heavy tanker appearing behind me. Now when I move up to get into position to stop that end run, or to do that sweep, somebody's got to be there to do something about it, because by myself I'm only going to be so much good. So you got to give your support time to catch up with you. You can't overrun your support. Go to a place that they can't see you or support the people that you're going to see. So as they move up, I'm going to continue to move along this ridge line. I've actually found a little bush, and I'm going to try to get some flank shots down onto the guys that are in the cap. Now all our guys are down in the valley there. There may be some more that are outside my radio range, so they didn't show up, that are on that far ridge. But here comes that end run, and it's a Panzer V4. It's one of the most dangerous vehicles down here in the middle tiers. It's really a tier 6 and a tier 5 shell. It's got a lot of hit points, a lot of speed, and a gun that does pretty good. I'm going to continue to fire here. There's that heavy tank and the TD. I thought they'd have it, but they don't. So I'm going to have to move over there, but I know as soon as I move out, and I shouldn't have stopped here, because look at this. Oh, that's like 4 or 5 shots that came through. I got really lucky I didn't get wrecked on that. So I'm going to put that rock between me and that far ridge so that we can deal with this guy 2-on-1. So I put one into his tracks because I know that heavy tank gun is the one that's really going to count. Here the 5.4 moves under my gun depression to get me to expose. Well, I don't have turret armor anyway, so I've got to use my speed. And I'm going to give him the old slipperoo, slip right past him, and let that heavy tank take him out. It's good team play. Shout out to you, whoever it was in that heavy tank. Sorry to the TD that we didn't get there earlier. I thought they could have handled it, but they didn't. So here we go, I'm going to continue to work this ridgeline. Because I don't just want to charge down into the open field like this heavy tank's doing. God bless him, but he's got more armor and HP than I do. So I'm going to continue to work around and work that spotting circle around as I do. Because I know up in the north corner of the map is where their artillery's going to be. And there might be somebody coming late to that party. So I'm going to move down to the ridgeline. I'm going to be looking at the corner and the far ridgeline across there. Always check your mini-map. Don't just decide, hey, I'm going to go right and then only focus on what's happening right in front of you. When there's a break in the action like this, go ahead and hop in that mini-map and see how the game's developing. That way you can support what your team is doing instead of what you think they should be doing. Because right now, our team saw that their team rushed the cap too early before the ridgelines were clear and got taken out, so they thought they'd try the same thing and see how it went for them. And a lot of them died. We went from winning to losing this one pretty good, so we got to get it turned around. So I'm going to get over here and put a couple shots on this Hetzer. And I'm recording the replay instead of recording in advance so you can't see the sniper mode. I'll see if I can't do some live recordings when I do higher tier work so you can see us focused in. But I missed one and got a tracking shot. Even though he's off the spot, my team was smart enough here to shoot because they know he didn't go anywhere. It's called blind fire. Get those shots in. He's still there. I'm getting the tracking assist for that, so my XP's going up. I'm going to whiff a couple of shots at this T-34-85, but this guy was just driving down the rocks, basically falling down the ridgeline. And we missed on him. So there's that Hetzer out of the game. Take another shot or two here at that T-34-85, but I'm going to continue to move up because I can't just sit back. We've got to get him on the spot. So I'm going to take a little chance at exposing here and get closer than I want to, especially with 2 artillery left in the game. Now even without 6th Sense, because this is an early crew, and I say it every time, always get 6th Sense, always get Brother of Arms. Then you can look at the skills for your crew. But I didn't have any check crews, so you work with what you got. I stayed here a little longer because I wanted to get that shot on that Panzer V-4. Once again, they're just too dangerous to leave on the battlefield. Now here's one of my do's and don'ts. This is a don't. I know I'm spotted. I know there's 2 artilleries left in the game. And their friendly heavy just showed up on the far ridgeline there, on the north side of the map. I thought, hey, great, he's going to be there, he's going to take out that artillery, he's going to deal with those threats. So I'm going to be able to move up and get some rear shots to support the heavy that's on the cap. Now, I could have loaded some Prem rounds right here, but the back of the OI, I'm not going to go through it with my Prem rounds anyway, so there's no need to waste that silver. But the artillery's coming in. You saw one happen just right behind me there. Unfortunately for the enemy artillery, they were having one of those games where you just couldn't hit anything. So I got spotted again. I'm trying to work back up my ridgeline because I thought that heavy would move to take out their support. And I want to get far enough away to break that spot and maybe get some flanking shots because I can go through the side armor of that tank. So I want to get up to about there where I've highlighted on the map. But I notice, while I'm in my map, that the heavy didn't go for their artillery. And he was taken out. So our artillery's going to support this heavy that's going after theirs, but if we really want to pull this out, somebody's got to go deal with their artillery. So, why wait for anyone else to do it? I know they're back up here in the corner. Still want to be up on this other ridgeline where the heavy tank was originally seen so that I could back out if things got too hot and heavy. So I'm just going to work down there and look up into that corner. Always check your mini-map. So in my list of do-nots in the play, here we are out in the open. I'm spotted. What do? I stop. Do I keep moving? Do I clean up my position? Fortunately for me, this guy's AFK, but the artillery's not. If they weren't still firing on that heavy that was down by our base, they would have smoked me for sure. This is kind of a Muppet play, but I'm going to show you everything that's bad and everything that's good. One of the common things that happens late in the game like this is you start rushing around, you feel like the timer's going to run out. We've still got plenty of time on the clock. I'm just going to clean this guy up, because he's still got me on the spot. Now their artillery can see that. I should be moving a lot more than I am. So I'm still spotted. The spot should break here, and I should break hard left and pull the old switcheroo, so that I'm not looking at the barrel of that artillery who was undoubtedly watching me on the spot. But there he is. I'm looking right at his cannon, and I get shotgunned. Ugh. Fortunately for me, the heavy that was on the base was able to, in coordination with one of the artilleries that moved up — yes, artillery can move, and should — they were able to pull this game out for a win. And hats off to both of them. Both the artillery drivers in this game were top-notch. So the heavy sat on the base on super low health. You can see that artillery moving up to support and help spot. We've still got one artillery that's going to fire on anything that comes up. So hats off, thanks for watching.